everybody. I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday, and I hope everybody's enjoying the spring weather. It seems that it's getting warmer everywhere. So today we'll discuss a different topic. Usually I go with Russia, but today we'll discuss Cuba. So there is a possibility that a spring revolution is brewing currently in Cuba. Cuba has had a very hard year and a half because due to the low numbers of tourists, for one, due to coronavirus pandemic last year, and also given the fact that the tourists that are allowed now to Cuba are bringing coronavirus, and giving the statistics, out of 100,000, 53,000 would be infected in Cuba. Even though there's not much discussed about Cuba and coronavirus situation, same as there's certain countries that are actually either suppressing their numbers or Cuba is just not disclosing it, it's been a real dire situation there. Hence, financially, there has been a lot going on. Cuba tried to change a lot of things too this year as far as the financial reforms, but thus far, people are actually getting even more poorer in Cuba. The only thing is, Russia is trying to open more military bases there and everything like that, but it is still in discussion or restoring the bases and everything like that. However, interestingly enough, there has been a lot of rocking Cuba from Miami, and Miami is one of the largest interest spots for Cuban immigrants. A lot of Cuban immigrants left Cuba right after Revolution, which is 1959. A lot of Cubans do live in Miami legally, and a lot of who were able to make it, and also in US, if you're Cuban, it's much easier path to obtain status due to obviously political repressions in Cuba and everything like that. However, how do I think there's a possibility of a revolution brewing this spring in Cuba? For one, if you listen to music that is coming out of Miami right now, and as we know, a lot of cyber warfare has been happening. There's a lot of different demographic. A lot of people, like now even in Russia, using TikTok for political purposes. Social media has become one of the largest platforms for political propaganda, social engineering, trolling. There's all kinds of things. But this is what's interesting. I was listening to one of the music videos, which is available on YouTube. I will leave the link below my video, which is Patria y Vida. And keep in mind, my Spanish is not very good. I have limited knowledge of Spanish, so my pronunciation could be off when it comes to Spanish. However, so this video that's produced by in Miami, it is obviously Cuban immigrants who are singing the song in this video. However, if you listen to the words, this is what's actually interesting. It says, you 59, which is commemorating 1959 revolution in Cuba. Me 2020, and then they're singing Patria o Muerte, which is that we don't need death, we need Patria y Vida, which is homeland and life. It is the 21st century, nevertheless. And the song is very powerful. This is just the excerpts that I'm giving you, but if you listen to the whole song, there's a lot of other verbatim, and it was directed exactly at Cuba. However, the video was influential enough where actually pro-Cuban musicians in Cuba made a video to contract the video and the songs that was done. However, their song, it's Patria o Muerte por la Vida. I'll include the link at the bottom of that video, which is available on YouTube, which is pro-government. However, it does not seem very strong. You would think communists would have more like, Trotsky and bigger ambiance in the videos than that was actually done as far as like Cuban sides that did it. I did not think it was catchy, but nevertheless, it got the attention of that happening. Also, there's a lot of different conversations happening right now within Cuba and outside of Cuba, and it seems that Cuba could go through a revolution, and it seems the grounds would be right, especially since Biden just came in power as U.S. president, and knowing Biden and his history, he knows, and U.S. government knows how Biden would operate too, because obviously, U.S. had a big hand at the Orange Revolution in Ukraine a while back, and it is very plausible that, they will try to get to Cuba because, number one, it's a communist regime, nevertheless. Also, Fidel Castro is gone, and he's not strong and is not as popular and doesn't have the same charisma. His brother does not have the same charisma as Fidel Castro had. Another point being is that, like I said, Cuba is getting even poorer, so people are getting more upset, of course. And also, a lot of times, a lot of American companies want access to Cuban market because at the embargo times they could not access that. American tourism, American hotels, and also it is a very interesting strategic location because if a revolution occurs and the communist government falls there, Russia would not have the same chances as far as putting military base, because I also did videos before, because nobody wants a repeat of Cuban Missile Crisis which occurred, and Bay of Figs, and there could be a different new version to all of that happening, if Russia does have stronger hold. So the question remains, how strong the Miami immigrants and how strong the rocking within Cuba will happen, which will lead to Spring Revolution. Or will Russia actually tighten certain situation and counteract the way they did in Belarus and suddenly provide large aid to Cuba in order to avoid having the revolution? So there's a lot of geopolitical power play could happen. Even though lately Russia has been busy with Navalny and sanctions, I don't think Putin's government is weak or does not underestimate the situation that is happening in Cuba now. So I would love to hear everybody's opinions. Please click like, please subscribe to my channel. I recently launched last week. I'm finally on the Clubhouse app, and I am going to be hosting podcasts and club on Clubhouse, and that should be starting next week. If you would like to follow me there, my handle is CKCarticulus, so CKCarticulus. And also I'm launching more articles on the hub pages, which will be available this week, and I'll leave the new links under this video as well. And thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. Thanks again.